Hello, it's happening. If I was still working in television, somebody would be in my ear right now saying, Andy's whistling, which means get to the set because the show has started. So here's this one. Let's begin, shall we? Let's take a look outside. Does your outside look like this? Hey, let's make the most of this beautiful day. Since we're all at home, we might as well say, would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Hi, neighbor. As promised, we're going to do neighborhood news. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you for sending in your stories because this would not happen without you. I don't want you to abandon your local news at 5 or your national news because you really need to be up to date and stay informed with what's happening. But I've got some terrific news from neighborhoods all over the globe that we're going to share. So let's get to it, shall we? As promised, we're going to begin by talking about all this social distancing, right? Social distancing, 6 feet, quarantining, shelter in place. We're all in the same boat here. We all have to get through this together. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We've got a lot of creative minds out there, and we're going to begin this evening in Houston County. That's right. Shannon Bird participated in a wonderful event Sunday night in the parking lot of Houston Medical Center. Check this out. We are trying desperately to figure out how to turn stuff around here, and it may not work, so guess what? I'm just going to hold up iPad. Yeah, this is the modern version. This is iPad. Take a look. This is what was happening at Houston Medical, and that is Shannon taking advantage of this wonderful group of folks, saying prayers and well wishes for doctors and nurses and for hospital staff. I also know that all over Facebook there will be prayer services on Friday evening beginning at 6:30. The times vary, so be sure to check with your friends and your connections for that so we can continue to send well wishes to our doctors and nurses and our staff. Shannon, thank you for all that you do, and thank you for sharing this lovely story because we can't say this enough. We cannot get through this without our doctors and nurses. And folks, I apologize for the archaic video here, but it's just off my iPhone, and I am a low-tech chick in a high-tech world. Tell you something you didn't already know, right? Our next story comes from Christina Lassiter in Macon. Now, she has a 14-year-old who was celebrating a birthday. How many of you are having to celebrate a birthday while we're going through this COVID-19 business, right? Well, guess what? Her daughter, Noelle, received well wishes from people all over the world because her mother contacted everybody and said, hey, can you send her some birthday well wishes? Not only was she flooded with well wishes from all over the world, but one of their neighbors who was a nurse went by to visit and had a birthday sign in the car. So she got to go outside and see this. And she says it's a birthday that she will never forget. So happy belated birthday to Noelle. And good thinking there, Mama, on how to try to get folks to come to a birthday party when you just can't have a birthday party. I mean, you have to be able to do that. You know what I'm going to do, folks? We're going to pause for half a second here because I know there's a way that I can turn this back the other way, I think. No? Okay. Hey, this is raw, live news, right? Trust me when I tell you, there are a lot of news sets all over the country that wish they could just stop, collaborate, and listen and try to figure out what's happening here. So work with me on this one. We're going to continue with our stories. Retired Army Staff Sergeant Beth King from Deming, New Mexico, had her sights set on participating in Prince Harry's Invictus Games next month. Well, guess what? About 3 weeks ago, Sergeant King, the rest of Team US, and the rest of the military around the world learned that Prince Harry's Invictus would be moved to 2021. But that is not going to stop King from staying conditioned and getting ready to compete. So let me show you what she's doing here. This is Sergeant King, an amazing athlete, part of Team US. She said that she's not going to give up on getting ready to compete in the Invictus Games. She said she turned her spare bedroom into a gym in her house. She's a former helicopter crew chief for the Army, and she is overcoming and recovering from injuries that she sustained when a rocket-propelled grenade hit her helicopter over Afghanistan in 2011. Now, she also says that keeping a routine also helps keep from depression setting in, and she wanted me to share that with all of you. It's very important that you keep yourself moving and keep part of a routine going. So here is the gym in her house. This was a spare bedroom that she converted. She said that she has her moments, but she works very hard. By the way, she is a mega gold medal athlete. She heard something that really resonated with her from her coach, and she wanted me to be sure to share this with everybody. It's called NZDs, and NZDs are non-zero days. What that means is that every day you should do something to move and to better yourself. She said that she knows that coach is always getting on to her about not having enough sleep and not resting enough, but she said, I do feel that there's something to this. It doesn't mean that you go out every day and give 100%, but absolutely every day is more than 0%. Well said. Valerie Ermitz shared what her cousin in Massachusetts is doing, and I know that a lot of folks, I've seen it throughout Georgia, Kentucky, and Illinois, are doing this in neighborhoods, but this was the first person that actually sent me a photo that I could use and some information, so I'm sharing. Anyway, all of these folks are jumping on the bear bandwagon. Have you seen this? So it's called Town-Wide Bear, and if you see there, that is a picture to show what the parents are doing. They get the kiddos out of the house for a little bit, they ride around town, and they try to spot the bears. The bears can be dressed up, they can be in trees and in windows. And you know, it's something to do as a community without having to be together, but you're still together, you know what I mean? And I think that's absolutely adorable. I've seen some pretty cool things that folks have been doing, some pretty creative ways to hide the bears. And let's face it, it's making life at home with mom and dad a little more bearable, don't you think? My next show's at 11. All right. We also have the true pleasure and honor of having some news from the Director of Public Health at the Naval Clinic at Cherry Point. A very familiar name to many of you in Middle Georgia. I know we're all proud of her. Former Commander Elena Burton-Huber posted this workout. Check it out. So, you know what? Once a nurse, always a nurse. She says, in order to maintain the stamina to take care of our patients during these long hours, I have to first take care of myself. And there she is getting it on the elliptical in between the long hours that she's working to help take care of patients in the hospital and COVID-19 patients. She calls it no excuses. And I say, well done, Elena, and thank you for your naval service. Now, Betsy Marshall of Monroe. This is the city. This is not the county. This is Monroe, the city, which is kind of up here towards where I'm at, near Oxford. Betsy Marshall of Monroe sent this in, and she said that these are photos from just outside the Monroe courthouse. Take a look, okay? She said children have decorated the sidewalk with comments like faith over fear and all kinds of positive remarks. Now, if you saw the movie Hidden Figures, you'll recognize this courthouse. You know, the movie with Taraji P. Henson, it's about the 3 black ladies who were computers for NASA. You will recognize the Monroe Courthouse because it was used for the scenes when Mary was petitioning the courts to be able to go to night school so that she could become a full-fledged engineer. And very exciting that that courthouse was used in that movie. And last but not least, we've got some news from our friends out of Americus and Sumter County, and great group of folks down there. Get this, somebody is sending food to hospitals and doctor's office and the local grocery store, and they're doing it anonymously. So check this out. This is a beautiful downtown Americus, as you can see there. And I'm being told that one local resident says, who posted this, that it doesn't take much to make someone else's day and help out all the small businesses in some kind of way. She said she feels very proud to be part of this community. And we're very proud that you're sharing this with all of our viewers. Again, folks, sorry that this is a little raw. It's gonna be tried and tested today, and we'll make it better every day. But I do have some more exciting stuff for you. So let's go to what we call the B block in news. Normally we would be going to a commercial, but we don't have commercials here. I do want to show you what is happening that was sent in from Carrie Dunkerton. I've got some video I want you to see, and hopefully, you know what, it's going to be easy for you to pick this up here. I call this my iPad, and we're going to show you what they did in Fayetteville at the hospital there. This was a couple of nights ago, and it was Carrie Dunkerton posted this from Joy Sparkle. But take a look and take a listen, because this is amazing the way these folks got together. They were supporting each other in the parking lot of the hospital, and they all chimed in singing. But this is at Piedmont Hospital in Fayetteville. Take a listen. Just absolutely amazing. You see what happens when everybody gets together and they have a common cause and they figure out how we're going to cross the finish line together. What uplifting sounds and sights. Thank you, Carrie Dunkerton. And thank you for Joy for posting that as well, so we could see that. Now, we would typically go to weather and sports, which I am neither one of those. Thank goodness. I did have to do the weather once when something happened and they were going to be on location and there was an engineering problem, so I got to use the clicker to do the weather. That happened once. Never again. I got a little clicker happy. Those were fun days. So instead of a commercial break, I'm going to give you a public service break. I want to share with you what I found from Houston County Habitat for Humanity. These are locations that are offering food. If you need food during this COVID-19 situation, I want you to check this out and take a look. Let's see. Can I respond to some of these? I'm looking at folks who are looking. Let's see. This is all new to me, guys, so I'm sorry if I'm not, up to snuff on how this works, but low-tech chick in a high-tech world. We'll get through it. All right, so I'm showing you this public service announcement. It is available during COVID-19. I want you to take a look at this. These are all the places that you can get food Monday through Friday, all of the food resources. And if you can't see this very clearly on this broadcast, go to the Houston County, Houston County, Georgia, and you can see this. And I would say check it out wherever you're watching from all over the world. Organizations like Habitat have information like this that are there to assist you. And if you are in need, do not be afraid to check these out, okay? That's your public service announcement. Now, normally, again, we would be going to weather and sports, but guess what? I'm going to combine those. You want to go with me? I'm going to show you an obstacle course. I'll show you what a family in Byron is doing to make sure that their 5-year-old is not only having fun with school, but is keeping physically fit. So you know what? If we're going to go outside, I want to show you this obstacle course. Let's get ready. All right, here we go. Check it out. So this is 5-year-old Maddie, and they have set up hay bales for her to go through. And then once she goes through the hay bales, oh my goodness, they've got the rings set up like the Olympics, the hula hoops, but she has to go through those. After that, the dreaded swing, has to monkey bar herself across there. And then when she does that, 2 soccer goals, has to make a goal before she can continue on. And then when she does, holy cow, look at that. It is the Duncan Munchkin right there. Get herself wet. And then She has to do the slip and slide. After that, makes it all the way to the final pool. And once she gets inside the pool, what does she have to find? The super soaker. Yeah, sends it to the sky. Super soaks the sky. The best part about obstacle courses is that they're timed, right? So you can send them through a bunch of times to try to beat their time. And then when they're done, they might take a nap in the afternoon for you. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty cool. We're going to keep up with Robert and Jenny because this is something else they did. I know today is, it's Science Tuesday. So every day they have a different theme day to make school less boring for this 5-year-old. But last Thursday was theme day, their favorite character's theme day. And that's how they did school all day. So how cool is that? Way to go. They've got more very cool ways to try to make school less boring at home. I want to know, how are you making school fun for your kids? Because I'm sure it's not fun. But you know what? People keep saying, oh my God, I'm stuck at home. I'm stuck at home. I'm stuck at home. But can we stop and be thankful for a second? You're safe at home, right? Yeah, we're safe at home. Think about all the times we've been at work and thought, geez, I can't wait to get home. Well, now you are. So we want to close out. And by the way, these will vary in length. It just depends on how much news we get. It depends on if I'm still tech savvy enough to do this. But at the end of every newscast at a regular news station, I'm going to close this just a little bit, they have what's called a kicker. And a kicker means that it's a human interest type story. So our kicker today is going to be about the human interest and what folks are feeling. So folks are feeling sad, they're feeling depressed, they're feeling anxious, they're feeling angry. So we're in what I'm calling here this is my prayer corner here. See? There's my prayer corner. I did tell you we were going to have some. This is a fist, right? But think of it as a fistful of prayer. We did get a lot of prayer requests in. So we're gonna start with some prayer requests. We want to send out prayer requests for Mike Brashear, who's had a stroke. We wish and pray for God's healing mercies upon him and to be with his family. We send our prayers for the repose of the soul of Roger Armstrong, who passed away in Houston County from COVID-19. And we send our love to Lisa and the kids, and may perpetual light shine upon Roger. We send our prayers to all the doctors and the nurses across the world who are working tirelessly to make sure that we're all taken care of. It's a tough job. We are sending prayers out to all of our leaders all over the world. May they make good choices, and may they put the lives of their people first. And just please, Heavenly Father, help our leaders to make good decisions, because it affects all of us. And our last prayer is that there is an end to this COVID-19. Please, Heavenly Father, we need a miracle. Please make this stop. And then in this fist, we have a fistful of praise, because we sure have an awful lot to be thankful for, do we not? We do. I mean, let's face it. We have our families, our homes. We are not in the middle of a snowstorm being snowed in. We have electricity. We have water. I mean, you know, you're, quote, cooped up, right? It's your home, but your kids can still go outside. They can go outside. They just can't be in big groups. So think about what we can do instead of what we can't do. But I do want to talk about the fistful of praise. So the first one that I want to share with you, so awesome, so thankful. This comes from Alicia Lammers, who is the wife of Army Staff Sergeant Matt Lammers. And they're offering praise of thanks for this good news, because these two lovebirds got engaged yesterday in Tijuana, where they live. That is Alicia's sister, Glenda, and Matt's best friend, Dennis, who served with him in Iraq. And Alicia said that this is the best quarantine news ever. So we say congratulations to Dennis and to Glenda on their engagement. So that's very good news. Some good praise today. We also want to send out some praise to the Lord again for our electricity, our water, our cable. Hello, Netflix. Are you with me? Yeah. What are you binge watching? I want to know. Tell me. Also, we want to praise the internet. Am I right? Because we wouldn't be able to be doing this, nor would you be able to be seeing your morning shows, or would you be able to be seeing your after. You guys didn't tell me, lipstick right there. See, this is what happens when you don't have a producer here in your ear saying, girl, at the commercial, fix the lipstick on the side of your mouth. Hey, by the way, I do have a producer working with me from afar. This is producer Nicole, working from America, is helping me. Thank you, producer Nicole. Also some engineering help from Lisa up in Massachusetts, working from afar to keep me online. Also, my number one engineer in the house, this would be Colonel Bob Griffin. Thank you, love, for my fits of, oh, why isn't this working? We're making it work. Thank you. Little sidebar to everybody who's helping out there. But yeah, we couldn't do this on the internet. Thank you, Al Gore, for inventing the internet. That's a joke. Also, we praise you for this beautiful scene here that I just received earlier today. This is from Pam and Ronnie in Marietta. Check it out. They are waving at their son from a distance at the edge of the driveway. That's Pam and Ronnie Yonkers and their son. And there they are responding to him at the edge of the driveway. If that's not love from a distance, I don't know what is. Isn't that beautiful? And that's something else to keep in mind, folks. You got to keep your distance. You do. I mean, again, keep watching your local and your national news to find out what the latest is with COVID-19. But it's nasty. It's really nasty. I'm not a medical doctor. I don't even want to pretend to offer any kind of advice other than listen to them, wash your hands, and keep your distance from folks. And send me your news, because this is going to get better. I don't think it can get any worse than it was today. Are you with me? Send me your news, and we'll be happy to share it. And I do have everybody asks me about Zach and Livy. Here's Zach. Say, hey, buddy. He's like, Mama, what are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, and that was wrong because I just turned the camera and I wasn't supposed to. I think we're going to leave it there. Send me via Instant Messenger on Facebook. I'm on all the social media platforms. Tell me how to reach you if you want to talk on the phone. I've talked to some folks too. I do have some upcoming interviews coming up. We're going to talk to some musicians. We're going to talk to an interior decorator. We're going to talk to some instructors in Pilates. We're going to show you how people are coping with COVID-19, things that you can do in your home. You know what? You might come out of this a whole better you. Wouldn't that be awesome? I know I want to be. I'm studying Spanish. I would like to be fluent in Espanol by the time this is finished. Mrs. Horkey, my Spanish teacher in high school, will be most thankful because it's been no bueno since then. So, are you with me? Let's not waste our time in our homes. Let's figure out how we can be positive about it. So, we're going to close the way we ended. Are you ready? Are you with me? Let's make the most of this beautiful day. Stop your complaining, inside we must stay. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Won't you please? Won't you please? Send me your news, my neighbor. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to try to do this again on Friday, Tuesdays and Friday. Is that good? You guys like that? News then? Neighborhood news? Let me know. Love you, mean it.